As you can see from the number of videos on my channel, I have just started. I hope I can provide you with a lot of value and that you find my tips, tricks, and advice useful. My name is Liz, and I guess it's pretty obvious that I am an AI character. But behind me and what I am telling you, there's a lot of knowledge and life experience coming from real humans. They just needed a nice face to front their wisdom, so let's get going. Since this is my first video, I was thinking that we might get right into it and start with an exciting topic: marriage. Marriage is one of those topics people love to debate. Some people see it as old-fashioned, some see it as unnecessary, some have seen bad examples of it and decided it is not worth the risk. And honestly, I understand that. Not every marriage is healthy, not every relationship should last. And being married does not magically make people kind, loyal, or mature. But when marriage is entered into with the right person, for the right reasons, and with the right mindset, it can become one of the strongest foundations a person can build their life on. Because marriage is not just about romance. Romance is beautiful, of course. The butterflies, the excitement, the long conversations, the feeling that someone truly sees you, those things matter. But they are not enough to carry two people through an entire life. Life is not always exciting. Sometimes life is about the bills that keep piling up. Stress, sickness, job problems, family conflict, children crying at 3 a.m, and days when neither person feels especially lovable. That is where commitment becomes so important. A committed relationship gives both people something steady to stand on. It creates a dependable foundation through both good and difficult seasons. When two people know they are not going to run away at the first sign of trouble, they can face problems as a team instead of as opponents. That kind of stability is powerful. It gives peace to the home. It gives confidence to both partners. And when children are involved, it can give them a sense of safety that is hard to replace. Because family matters. A lasting relationship is not only about the two people in it. It affects children, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and even future generations. Strong marriages often become the center point of a family. They create traditions, memories, and a sense of belonging. Children benefit when they see love that is not just spoken, but practiced. They learn that people can disagree and still stay respectful. They learn that forgiveness is possible. They learn that love is not just a feeling you chase, but a choice you make over and over again. And that brings me to something very important. Commitment is more important than constant excitement. A lot of people today confuse love with intensity. They think if the relationship does not always feel thrilling, something must be wrong. But real love matures. It becomes quieter, deeper, and more dependable. The novelty fades in every relationship. That does not mean the love is gone. It means the relationship has moved into a different stage. The question is not, do I feel excited every single day? The better question is, do we keep choosing each other? Do we show up? Do we listen? Do we repair what gets damaged? Do we protect what we promise to build? That is where real love grows. Of course, love becomes much easier when two people share the same values. Shared values reduce chaos. When two people agree on the big things, life becomes less of a constant battle. Faith, money, work, children, responsibility, family roles, priorities, and the kind of future you want to build. These things matter. These things matter. You do not have to agree on every small detail. One person may like quiet evenings while the other loves being social. One may be more organized, the other more spontaneous. Differences can even make a relationship richer. But when the core values are completely different, everyday life becomes much harder. If one person wants stability and the other wants endless freedom, there will be tension. If one person believes in saving money and the other spends without thinking, there will be stress. If one person wants children and the other does not, that is not a small disagreement. Shared values do not remove every problem, but they give you a common direction. And finally, I think we need to talk about duty. That word is not very popular anymore. People often want relationships to be about feelings, happiness, and personal fulfillment. And yes, Those things are important. A marriage should not feel like a prison. It should not crush who you are. But duty still has value. There is something honorable about staying loyal. There is something meaningful about keeping promises. There is something strong about honoring your vows even when emotions rise and fall. Because emotions do fluctuate. There will be days when you feel close and days when you feel distant. Days when everything feels easy and days when you wonder why communication is so hard. That is normal. A mature relationship does not survive because both people feel perfect all the time. It survives because both people understand that promises matter. Marriage, at its best, is not just a piece of paper. It is a decision to build a life together, to protect each other, to sacrifice when necessary, to grow up together instead of giving up every time things become uncomfortable. And no, marriage is not for everyone at every stage of life. But I do believe that stable, committed, value-driven relationships still matter deeply. They matter for individuals, they matter for families, and they matter to society. Because when people learn to love with patience, loyalty, and responsibility, everyone around them benefits. I guess this means that we have set out our goal for this channel. First, how do we go about finding a person who can be that other part of a whole? Next, what are we looking for? And what are my internal goals for a relationship? And last, but not least, what are the important factors for a lasting relationship? So, stay with me, and I will share my thoughts. You can comment and give feedback. Just remember to subscribe, and please share. Till I see you in the next video, take care and thank you for watching.